precious than the passing splendor of gold tried by fire, may by its genuineness lead to praise and glory and honor when Jesus Christ appears. Although you have never seen Christ, you love Christ. And without seeing, you still believe. And you rejoice with inexpressible joy, touched with glory, because you are achieving the goal of faith, your salvation.
Our second reading today is adapted from author and theologian Reverend Barbara Brown Taylor in The Preaching Life. What feels like it's missing gradually becomes less important than what is to be found. Curiosity pokes its green head up through the asphalt of grief, and the fear of the unknown takes on an element of wonder. We turn away from the God who was supposed to be in order to seek the God who is. Every letdown becomes a lesson and a lure. Did God fail to come when I called? Then perhaps God is not a minion. So who is God? Over and over, my disappointments draw me deeper into the mystery of God's being and doing. Every time God declines to meet my expectations, then another one of my idols is exposed. Now, please rise as you are able and join in the song of response, Immortal, Invisible, God Only Wise, number 1.
Lovely. How many people knew that hymn ahead of time? You ever sang that one before? No. Well, you can see my plan for the music for the rest of the next 10 years. We start at 1, and we're going to go all the way over. Okay? Of course, Ken, Kurt, and Emma will probably circle back about 1,000 times in between, so if we make it to 5, I'm thrilled, okay? So for those of you who are new, my name is Ken. I am filling in for Reverend Emma today, who's on a much-deserved vacation, and we wish her the very best. I'm going to do what's a homily. It's just a smaller mini sermon, which is great news for all of you, okay? I'm Baptist. I can go on for hours, all right? But I want you to help prove my point today. Who was it? Kat, was it you that came in and said, "Where's everybody at?" Yeah. You're much more than I expected today. Does anybody know the unofficial name for today? In the industry, or whatever you want to call it, it's called the low Sunday. You have Easter, which is boom, everything under the sun. You know, the lilies are singing and dancing over here and all that. And then next week you're like, okay. I was wondering if I was the only one who was seeing things, and somebody said, the lily's dead. I was like, it's okay. You'll take home and take very good care of it. But it just happens like this. In every church that I've grown up, this is a weekend that I never would see the pastor. You know, they're like, look, we did Christmas, we did Good Friday, Ash Wednesday, and we've done Easter Sunday, and we're done. And that's very well deserved. If you're a piano player who likes to preach sometimes, it's a good gig, okay? It works out well. So I want to talk to you a little bit more about some of these holidays that we've been through lately. I just want you to yell out your favorite holiday. Go for it. Thanksgiving? 4th of July, what else? What's that? Groundhog Day. That's cool. Haven't heard of that. That was in February, right? That was February, right? Good, we don't have to prepare a sermon for that one. Okay. So, if you know me very well, I live for Christmas. When I was used to being a regular choir director, putting on major concerts and all this, all my friends knew that when I would go to Memorial Day weekend in Rehoboth, they're doing their thing. They're wearing, you know, little tiny swimsuits and all that nonsense. I'm sitting there listening to Christmas music on the beach. I would find the songs that I wanted so that I could order them to be ready when the choir came in around Labor Day so that we could rehearse for Christmas. Sometimes it takes that long to make something happen. So when you put in 7, 8, 9 months and the concert ends, have you ever had a moment where you're just like, and now what? It's over. What do? You know, when you throw a birthday party and the house is full of 1,000 people and the next day you're like, I have to clean. There's no one else here. So it happens. I am a junkie for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. If you know me, I will not answer my phone during those 3 hours. Just not up for grabs. Now, every year I, of course, record it so I can watch it later, and I don't watch it later ever. It has to be that day. But these holidays, like, you just get so excited. And for so long, I worked in retail. And the day after Christmas was not a good day for you. Everybody had to be in the store. Everybody was going around, and everybody was mad about something that came in. You know, this doesn't work. And I was like, I know, it wrote broken on the side of the box, but that's okay. So what do you call that feeling when you've had something major happen to you and it's over with? Let down. Do you know the official name for that? The letdown syndrome. Good job. It's a true thing. It's not on the same scale, but it works generally like, I'm sure you've heard of postpartum depression. You've been waiting for that baby for a long time, and they're there, and you have this small thing in your arms, and you don't have no idea what to do with them, but they're right there, and you're like, what do we do now? So that happens over and over and over again. So we're going to talk a little bit about what happens today. You all get a gold star for being here on Low Sunday. Seriously. I did not expect this crowd. Good for you. So I can't wait to see all of you when you bring a friend with you next week. Just saying. Okay. You did. You get 2 gold stars. Hey, does anybody remember for the younger people, let me break this down to you. Before there was streaming and YouTube, there was like radio shows. You know, did anybody listen to a podcast? Listen to it or watch? You know, there used to be a time where that happened on the radio. And whatever radio station played this, they wouldn't play that. It was all broken up. And one of those voices that I heard for as long as I can remember was from a gentleman by the name of Paul Harvey. Does anybody know who Paul Harvey is? What was Paul Harvey's catchphrase? And now, the rest of the story. So that's where we're kind of at today. What is the rest of the story? What's coming up in the next few weeks? Any guesses? We've got 2 major events. Pentecost. What is Pentecost? Anyone know? The Holy Spirit coming down. That's Pentecost. And then what is the when he rises up? What's that called? Ascension. Yes. So we've got Ascension and we've got Pentecost. Now, are those kind of a letdown holiday? They're not either. But in the church, like it's came back from dead. Wow. He went up to heaven. Wow. Okay, but we skip that one. A lot of times we take the easy road out and we just don't look at them the same way. To me, they're all kind of like a different part of a required story. You have to have them all for it to make sense. And you have to take time to honor them all. So we can look at, yeah, Easter's over. You know, the flowers are You know, we're all tired. But part of it, I want you to take a moment and I want you to think of something fabulous that happened last weekend. Whether it was here or someone else. Did you have anything good happen to you on Easter? So now you get the joy of taking that with you through the next days. It's not focusing on what didn't happen or what is not happening this weekend or nothing happened there. You know, it is what is coming. As Paul Harvey said, what? The rest of the story. We're going to do that. We're going to celebrate that. Because it's kind of a big deal when someone, you know, rises up to heaven. You know, I can't get myself in an elevator some days, but that's pretty amazing. So let's just talk a little bit about that moment of the. We're going to go back to Good Friday just for a hair. Who is watching around Jesus? It's listed in the Bible. It says was watching when he died on the cross. So I want you to imagine what they feel like at that moment in time. They see it. They hear the words. Anyone remember what the words are, the last words? It is finished. You hear that, and the one you have known as God just fades away. Silently just hanging on that cross. Can you imagine what it's like to grab Mary's hand and walk her home after that happened? Have any of you ever had a moment like that you're just like, I cannot even fathom what I just saw or went through? Sometimes it's another death of a loved one. It's something with your job, your relationship, your family, whatever it is. You go through that moment where you're like, I don't even know how to go anywhere now. But someone takes Mary home. I imagine somebody comes back in the morning and takes her with them, and they take care of each other. It's one of the things that this church is known for. It's the ability to walk up and just take care of somebody. You have that opportunity. So then we go in the grave. Now the next part, what happens next? Stone rolled away, but somebody's missing. A key player in the story is no longer available. What has happened here? So, and I learned something this week, and I hope it's correct, but you know, I saw it on the internet, so you know. They mentioned the cloth is folded up. Not every cloth that covered his body, just the cloth that covered his face. The rest are just all thrown to the side. It's one cloth they took time to stop, fold it correctly, neatly, and lay it out. In the Jewish tradition at that time, if the napkin was just laid out, no big deal. It means we're wrapping up. But if I take the time to fold up my napkin and put it neatly on my plate, I'm not finished. Can you imagine if that's where we're being told, this is not over? And just imagine what people are going through at that time. Just a quick reference here. I also want you to imagine what you're going through right now. Surgeries, families, finances. What's happening around you? Anything that you never saw coming, just out of the blue, you're like, holy cow, what is that? But you're going to do it. You're going to walk through it together because he is what? Not finished. Jesus goes on and visits some of the disciples. Why only some? We don't know. But some of the disciples. And one of the disciples refuses to believe it. You might know who that one is? Thomas. What do they call Thomas? Doubting Thomas. What a way to be remembered throughout history, okay? Some days when I doubt everything, I'm like, I don't really want that nickname for the rest of my life, so let's move on to something else, okay? We can do this. But Jesus appears to them and gets them ready for the time of ascension. Can you imagine just seeing somewhere? It's a big crowd, and all of a sudden somebody in the parking lot here is just, whoop, oh, okay. The thing is, if you go back and look at the people when he was crucified, you hear no language, no conversations, not anything saying, oh, don't worry, this is just step 4. We're going to do steps 5 and 6 in a few weeks, and it'll all be good. So just chill out, Mary. We're going home. We'll be fine in a few weeks. So it makes you wonder, did they not know that in advance? If they did not know what he is capable of doing, what is it that we don't know that could happen for us? What's waiting for you in 2 weeks? What glorious thing is going to rise up in your life? How are you going to be a loved one to someone around you and change their world? We can take this time of year when it's a little quieter and apply that to the people around us and see, what can you be to them? Can you be a good shepherd to them? I don't know anybody that doesn't know somebody who needs a meal cooked for them. Somebody just like I had one person that was just like, could you come babysit my kids for like an hour? That's all I want, Now, my mom used to talk about that I was so sick as a baby. And she would have people who would come over just to sit with me so she could get an hour's sleep because I wasn't going to sleep. And it's these little things that you least expect what's going to change somebody's life. But you've been through something. And one of the first places to look through in your life is to look at what you've already gone through yourself. Because it's one thing to say, how can I help you? But it's a different thing to say, you know what? I've been through that too. Let me show you what I did. Let's get you through this. We'll walk you through it together. You have that power. You're in the medium right now. We've had Good Friday. We've had Easter Sunday. We know what's coming in a few weeks. Ascension Sunday and Pentecost. So what can you do in the world for this next few weeks to get through that period? You have the power. Now, one of the things I was noticing about all of this, and we talked about, was the letdown syndrome. But with Easter, it has some weird quirks. Who knows what the rule is, get this, for wearing white? Do it?
Memorial Day.
That's what I learned was after Memorial Day, and then somebody pointed out to me the obvious, which is, but Easter is an exception. So you put all your winter clothes away, you get all dressed up like Shirley Temple on Easter Sunday, and then you have to put it all back. I've never figured out why that's important to somebody, but I know the fashion police have written me many tickets over the years, so. So now as we finish the service today and leave here today and just go out, allow yourself permission to stop and actually think about what's happened in the story this far. Imagine if you knew somebody that had gone through those steps, that had said those things, that you had seen that. Because if it happened then, it can happen now. Make it real for you so you can make it real for somebody else. Okay? And then now, as Paul Harvey said, the rest of the story. Okay. And now we have just a little time to hear your positive thoughts, anything that you may have gotten stirred up in your heart space this morning. Please raise your hand, please speak up, please be brief, and please be nice. Jen? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Vicky, can you check for us?
There we go.
Thank you.
And well, this service reminded me of one of the books that's really made I think, a big impact on my life, and it's called The Ecstasy in the Laundry.
Oh, wow.
And it talks about, and it quotes from all the different religions of the world, and how you have these moments when you're just on top, and you've seen God, and you're like, I'm a changed person. And then you come back to your real world, and you have to do the laundry and wash the dishes, and all the problems that were there are still there. And sometimes there's a lot of struggling, but sometimes there's just kind of the monotony of daily life. And it's been really helpful for me to come back to that thought that's part of the journey. You have those high moments, but sometimes in those low moments, you doubt, well, what really happened there? And remembering that is part of the journey just as much as the high moments.
Thank you. Thank you. If you've never pulled it up, go this afternoon on YouTube. Open Letter from God. Open Letter from God. It's by Paul Harvey that we just spoke about. It is a cool piece to listen to. I think you'll be very happy. Anyone else?
In the second reading, one of the things I thought was interesting was the comment that God is not your minion, and what you ask of him, those are your false idols.
Right.
I thought that was an interesting point that they made in that reading.
I had to read that a couple times myself to make sure I understood what they were saying, but I was like, oh, that's cool. So, all right. Anyone else? All right. And now, Mr. Cornelius, if you'll come up.
Good morning, I'm Cornelius. As we journey forward, we come bearing gifts, our time, talent, and treasures, our very presence in this place this morning. We bring the blessing of who we are and who we are becoming as individuals and as a community of faith. Together we provide food for the hungry, welcome for the guests, care for those in need, a safe place for, a meeting place for those who need a safe space to gather, and a place for us to worship and reflect on life's beauty, life's blessings, and life's challenges. And it's in this same spirit that we now share in our harvest of hope, joy, and abundance, and all of the many blessings around us. The tithes and offerings we receive, as well as the time, talent, joyfully offered and provided by many volunteers, all come together to feed and support our vital and ongoing ministries, and to help build this community as we give back to God a portion of what God has blessed us with. And now we sing.
And now let us consecrate communion together as a community, and let us do so in song. We will sing the verses, and you will sing the chorus, unless you want to sing the verses too. And you will sing the chorus as it appears in your printed bulletin. Let us begin.
We got I am the bread of life, broken for all. Eat and be hungry no more. Let us be bread, blessed by our God, broken and shared, life for the world. Let us be wine, love freely poured. Let us be one in our God. And I am the wine of love, poured out for all. Drink and be thirsty no more. Let us be bread, blessed by our God, broken and shared, life for the world. Let us be wine, love freely poured. Let us be one in our God. See how my people have nothing to eat. Give them the bread that is you. Let us be bread, blessed by our God, once broken and shared, life for the world. Let us be wine, love freely poured. Oh, let us be one in our God. At MCC of Northern Virginia, like MCCs all over the world, we celebrate an open communion. And this means that you don't need to be a member of this church or any church, nor do you have to have any specific belief about what happens at this table. You have a place at this table as a child of God. Do all who wish to receive have communion?
As is the way with MCCs, if you wish to receive a brief individual prayer or blessing, you may come forward as directed by our usher. There will be 2 unmasked communion ministers on this side and 1 on this side masked. Please indicate to the usher if you have a preference and proceed as you are comfortable for a brief prayer and blessing. If you do not wish, please remain seated in quiet prayer and meditation, and please refrain from conversation amongst yourself, as others are in private prayer and meditation. Jorge will play softly. Come forward to the usher if you wish, as you are.
I'm going to repeat what Ken said. Thank you for coming today. You know, after the big party, there's always cleanup. That, too, is God's work. No matter what you're doing, no matter how mundane it may be, God is with you every single second, blessing you. You are truly blessed. Amen. And now we're going to be a little defiant in our closing song. Number 526, we are marching in the light of God.
We are marching in the light of God. We are marching in the light of God. We are marching in the light of God. We are marching in the light of God. We are marching, marching. We are marching, marching. We are marching in the light of God. We are marching, marching. We are marching, marching. We are marching in the light of God. 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 We are marching, marching. We are marching. Oh, we are marching in the light of God. We are marching, marching. We are marching, marching. We are marching in the light of God. 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 We are marching, marching. We are marching. Oh, we are marching in the light of God. We are marching, marching. We are marching. Oh, we are marching in the light of God.
Oh, that's what it says I'm supposed to do. Okay. You have to stay all day, and that's your blessing. So I just want to thank you all for being here as we talked about. I promise to bring you gold stars for everybody who's here today. You made my day. As we leave here today, I want you to say one thing nice to at least 3 people before you leave today. Got it? Get it? Got it? Good. Okay? Please know you are loved. We treasure you, and we're so glad you're a part of this family here. Now go in peace.
Great.